You can bend your knees as much as you need to, and make sure your pelvis is heavy. So your low back is on the floor. So there's no pulling on the back of your body at this point. Your entire back, from the top of your head to your tailbone, is pretty much anchored on the floor. And let's start pedal our feet. Push one foot toward the ceiling. Push the other foot toward the ceiling. Now, each breath, let your upper body sink a little bit deeper. And a few more breaths. If you find the back of your legs is starting to loosen up, you should feel the legs getting straighter. You feel the calf muscles, the back of your calf muscles, back of the knees. Make sure that's not too strong. Back of your hamstrings and your sitting bones. Again, the knees and the sitting bones shouldn't feel too strong, just mild stretching feeling. The majority of feeling should be around the meaty part of the leg. And maybe start straighten both legs or keep them still bent. And maybe you can bring the knees closer to the chest and let your upper body sink a little bit more and see if we have more space. Take a few more very deep exhalation, make loud sighing voice. Now release all the tension, anything that could be accumulated in the body. Let it go. Now we're going for the same, one of my favorite routine for now. I'm going to place one leg down on the floor, hold on to the other, the strap with the other hand, and then we start to open. And at the end of the day, maybe we just let the legs open into that inner thigh stretch. You might adjust the length from your hand to the foot. Maybe flex the foot. Maybe open your both arms. If that feels good, maybe you stretch the other leg long. You can keep it bent, let your knees fall out. Whatever feels the greatest at this point, your body says yes, and you're doing it right. Now very slowly, we're going to bend both legs. We're going to let go of the strap for a little bit. I'm going to place the foot ankle on top of the opposite thigh. And then do a little bit adjustment. Open your arms, maybe rock the hip from side to side. And just make sure there's no strong sensation at this point. Everywhere should be quite mild. And everywhere should be, your body should be feeling more breath, more at ease. Now, very slowly, we're going to take the legs to the side. So the leg that is on top is still on top. coming into a twisted figure 4. So the legs are still crossed out to look like a number 4. And shoulders are grounded. Maybe your gaze away from the knees. Now, very slowly, the leg that is on top right now, we should feel some stretch right here on the outer hip. Gonna take that leg down. Just gonna come. So we're gonna turn the same way. Before we do that, bring the feet about hip width apart. I'm gonna windshield wipe the knees from side to side. And we slowly bring the legs again, knees to that direction. This time, legs not crossed. And then start to slowly extend that leg behind you. You should feel the front of this leg at this point. Now let the legs slowly fall. Sometimes we do get cramps and pinch. If this is too much, please slide the leg back. So they're not too far away. They're closer. You should still feel the front of your thigh. Now very slowly we bring the legs back to the center. Two sides might feel very different at this point. I'm going to plant the feet on the floor. Let the hip come back to the center. If it's possible, reach your arms over your head. A big inhalation, we lift the hip and let the body weight add on to the back of the shoulder. Chest come to the chin. And exhale, we slowly lower down. So as we lift, we're noticing there's almost like a massage to the back of the shoulder and neck. And exhale down. And inhale, slowly we rise. So your breath and the movement come together like water. Breathe and rise. Breathe out down. Going for 2. And last one. Now, if this feels good, feel free to stay a little bit longer. So the back bend is energizing. Just wake us up a little bit, wake up the energy. You can rock the hip from side to side and just loosen up. Might be really tight here, and that might add to the difficulty. You might want to walk the feet a little bit closer. Just squeeze your bum a little bit harder and see if you can stretch the front of your body just a little bit more. And the very next breath, we're going to slowly lower down. Now we're going to grab the strap again. I'm coming into this is the forward fold. You'll have that legs up. It's an upside down forward fold. To take the gravity away, so the body, the spine is actually aligned with the help of the gravity. I'm gonna, again, if you want to start pedaling your feet, or you can be still, let your legs fall towards you, or you can pedal the feet and add some movement. So sometimes the movements will make everything feel easier, and sometimes it's the stillness. So just let your body decide what you want to do. Be still or move. And let's take one more pedal if it's possible. Try a little bit of a stillness. Let your legs, toes, everywhere fall down toward the rest of your body. Shoulders are descending more and more. And I'm going to let go the other leg. Hold on to the strap with the other hand. Slowly open. Again, the other leg might be straight, might be bent, and depending on how you feel at this point, you can test out both options and see which one feels the best. Or just jiggle and wiggle around if it's just slightly not feeling right. Let's make it right. When the body says yes, then we can breathe and stay. You should feel your inner thigh right now with that straight leg, all the way to your inner knee, inner calf, inner ankle maybe. On the very next inhalation, slowly we bring everything back to the middle. Let go of the strap. I'm going to again place that leg, the ankle onto the opposite thigh. Just move the foot a little bit. Make sure this knee is comfortable. Arms out to anchor. Maybe do a little bit of a rocking to start, just to loosen up, lubricate the joints. You can also feel your side of your body. It should feel really nice and stretchy. Now, whenever you are ready, you're going to slowly bring the legs to the other direction. So the other leg is going to be on top. Now, feel free to adjust until the leg, your body's willingly surrender. But if it's not, you can always stack your knees. You're still stretching the outer hip. Very slowly, we're going to uncross the legs. Now the same leg's gonna move back. Slowly doing that extension, you should feel more and more the front of your thigh to the point your body feels like you feel a lot of thigh stretch and then your body ready to settle. Let the knee fall. Now, very slowly, we bring everything back to the center. We're just going to scoop the hip into the middle. And again, let's find that energy, both feet on the floor. Stretch the arms overhead. Feel your chest lift. A big inhalation to the bottom of the lungs. And on the very next breath, we're going to lift the hip again. Let the back of your shoulder take all the weight. Exhale as we lower down. We place our hands on the side, tuck the chin, squeeze the belly, and start to slide the fingertips to the tip of the knees. Breathe in, lower down, open, lift the hip and squeeze the back side of the body. Breathe out, squeeze the rib cage toward the hip. It's going to go back and forth. Now complete each breath before we move on to the next direction. Now we're just going to go for one more. Now this time, as we slowly lower down, again, stretch your arms, let your chest lift. We lift the hip again. Pretend there's a hula hoop around your waist. We do a hula hoop dance. We're going to circle the hip. Now you can just close your eyes and feel your hip dance. Feel the weight going onto one side of your shoulder and then the other shoulder. And let's switch direction. We're going to circle the hip the other way. Keep your belly pinned down and keep your pelvis in the right position. Keep your fingers relaxed. Don't need to use them at this point, and sometimes they want to help out. Just relax them. Now going for 2 more circles this way. 1 more circle. And we slowly lift back to the center. Reset. And then slowly come down. Let's gather one knee in and the other. Give them a hug. Maybe rock from side to side to stretch your low back. And on the very next breath, we're going to place one leg down as straight as you can. Lower the back onto the floor at the opposite arm. So we're going to do I call it upside down doggy pedal. So push your low back on the floor, push your belly in. Breathe in one side, breathe out the other side. Keep the breath going, and then we are all good. Try to keep your head relaxed, your neck, your jaw relaxed. Few more. In for 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more. Actually feels really good. Doggy paddle. Last one. Now slowly we bring the legs down. You can stretch your legs out and stretch your arms out to the side. So your body is like a T shape. Maybe you can place your legs together. We're going to bend our elbows into about 90 degrees. So this is the cactus arm. My injured shoulder will not let the hand go down, but it really depends on how the structure of your shoulders are. And the back of the hands might come down the floor, might be not. So if you have an injury like me, one side might be lifted. And the very next exhalation, we're going to cross our arms and give ourselves a really, really tight hug. Slide your fingertips to your shoulder blades. Tuck your chin. Lift your head. And give your belly a squeeze again. Maybe rock from side to side. It's like give your body a hug here. And slowly we lower down again. Open the chest, keep your arms bent. Approximately 90 degree. And exhale, we're going to cross the elbows the other way. And again, if you want to, you can lift your shoulders, your neck, and tuck your chin and rock from side to side. It's like a very comforting hug for yourself. And let's go for a few more of this. Breathing, we open. Breathe out, hug, and keep alternating the crossing of the arms, the lifting or not lifting. Rock from side to side. And come back down, breathe in. Open your chest. Breathe out, cross again the other way. And come on back up if you want to. Let's go for 2 more. Breathe in, slowly we lower. Breathe out, cross. Slowly come up. Do a little belly squeeze. And come back, breathe in. Last one, exhale. And a little bit of a rock. And come back. And very next breath, stay a few more breaths here. Noticing my injured arm came down onto the floor. So body is a little bit warmer, chest lifts a little bit more. Feel free to let your chest lift and lots of breath going into your lungs. Your rib cage is fully expanding. And then we slowly bend our knees and relax your arms. And maybe you can rock forward in the back. Today I'm going to turn around. Take your time if you want to rock forward in the back like a rocking boat. And sometimes for me it's a little bit late, so I'm going to turn around. Let's come to our cat and cow. Hands and knees. Hands about shoulder width apart, knees about hip width apart. Extension of the spine, breathe in. And exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. A few more back and forth. Now we're going to go for one more. Now as we find our neutral spine, keep your belly lifted. Walk your hands a little bit further away from the knees. Shift away forward and try to keep your belly lifted so we're not sagging. And just support the position of the hip. Tuck the toes under. As we sit back, we stretch the back of the toes. Maybe your forehead touch down. Breathe in, we rock forward, feel body weight adding to your upper body. Push the floor away at the same time. Breathe out. Just let go. And a few more. So again, you can go faster or you can go slower. It's the rhythm of your breath. And if you want a little bit more today, and maybe add a tricep push-up. So your elbows are pointing to the back wall, chest lead, not your belly, chest lead. We're going down halfway. Push the floor away and sit back. Back forward. So your elbows are brushing the side of your shirt. Lower down, push, and sit back. Now keep your head in line. So when I first started doing yoga and do that push-up, I noticed my head was down. So keep your head lifted. It's about the gaze. It's about the perception. Our gaze is slightly forward. Exhale down. Inhale, push the floor away. Exhale, let's go for 2 more. Way forward. Feel the energy flow through the body. Last one. Now, if you don't feel a lot of energy, I'm on vacation right now. It's not a sickness leave. I feel like I'm on vacation. So I have energy. But if you don't, feel free to stay in child's pose. If you work the whole day, we're going to go for one more. That's it. And let's stay here in child's pose. Place the forehead on the floor. Maybe go for a little bit of a massage on the floor with your forehead. The wisdom center, the space between the eyebrows. If you notice there's some tension there, we're gonna massage it out. Just reduce the density in that area. Now slowly we'll walk our hands back. Now if it's possible, we're gonna untuck the toes, sit onto the knees. Sitting onto the knees are not very comfortable. If you have a little chair, even a soccer ball, a block, put it between your feet or a pillow will work. We're gonna take a seat onto the heels, and on the very next breath, slowly let the arms rise. Feel the space now. So maybe we can touch the sky, lower the shoulders back and down, find the length of your arms. At the very next exhalation, we're going for a side bend. Maybe add your gaze. Gaze might be toward the floor for neck stretch, or you can look up for more energy. Now let's come back to the center, breathe in. And let's go to the other side. Exhale, side bend. Now inhale, come back to the center. Circle the first arm and place it behind us like a second spine. Exhale, going for a twist. I call this mermaid. Maybe bring your gaze to the back wall and lower the front shoulder. And slowly we rise all together. Did Catalina have a cat or a dog? What's that moving? And let's go to the other side, the circle. Babysitting or you adopted. I'll have to talk to her after the class. And slide the shoulders back and down. And slowly let's make our way back. Now my purpose for this is just to relax the wrists a little bit. Then we're gonna lift the hip, come back onto the wrists, tuck the toes, lift the hip. Let's come to the first down dog of the day. We're going to press onto the heels of our hands, bend the knees as much as we need to, lift the hip up into the sky. Your heels don't have to touch the floor. Now let's do another pedal the feet. So one heel down, the other knee deeply bent. We alternate. Go for 2 more very complete breaths. One more. And let's find our still down dog. Walk the feet toward the hands. Let's come to the front of your mat. Now, depending on where your strap is, I'm going to take it when we slowly come back up. So just grab your strap wherever it is, and slowly we come back, maybe halfway to start. Let the blood pressure stabilize. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we slowly roll back up. You have the strap in your hands. Maybe just roll the shoulders back and down. And then we come to mountain. So we're standing up. And we're going to have the strap about shoulder width apart, maybe wider. I would go slightly wider. So we're going to take it up into the sky. So bend our elbows. If it's hurting your shoulders, please make them wider. Let's see how it goes. So slowly bring it back. I know. If it's too strong, please take it wider and all the way back. And circle it. Feel all the sensation coming along the shoulders, all the way up. And exhale down. Inhale slowly up. And exhale. And let's go for 2 more. Send it up. And slowly down. Here's the last one. Now we slowly bring our legs slightly wider. I'm going to readjust the strap. I'm going to tip top the toes, so maybe your left toes are turning to that wall. Knees going to the direction of the toes. And the other foot is pushing the floor away. If it's slippery, bring your feet a little bit closer. You're going to push the floor away. Very soon you're going to go sweaty, and it's not going to be slippery anymore. I'm going to use the strap again. I'm going to find a little bit of energy. So again, wider than shoulders maybe, and then a descent and send the strap high and going for a sound warrior. It's going to pull that down a little bit. Don't have to go really far at this point. So you should feel the entire body. And very next breath, come back to the center. Now what we're going to do is, my foot is sliding away, so I'm going to bring the legs closer. Send that hip to the other, the back foot, and slowly we take that strap down. Now maybe the first one, you're not quite ready, so stay high or down, or maybe even further, or maybe shorten the strap. I'm going to go for a little bit more. So bend that front leg, slowly come back up, find a little bit of a control. Back to our sun. Maybe bring your gaze back and exhale. Shift the direction of the hip halfway, or keep your body melting, your inner thighs hugging each other. Let's go for 2 more. Soften the front knee, power up, exhale, and go back. And we're going for 1 more. Bend, slowly come up. A powerful breath in. And very next breath, let's go to the other direction. And slowly we come back up. And this time, I'm going to tip top the toes, let the arms fall back. Wrap the strap a little bit closer. You can even lace your fingers there. We're going to slowly soften the knees. I'm going for a fold, and let your arms slowly extend. You can go halfway down or keep adjusting the position of the legs. And if your body lets you, we're going to fold all the way down. Now I'm gonna let go of the strap. Relax your arms in front of you and just use your finger or use your hand and slowly push up. So we're coming to a flat back and exhale, we fold. Now inhale, we push up. Let your chest rise above, away from the floor, and exhale, we fold. Then inhale, come up. Exhale down. Going for one more. Now slowly we stay here for just a little bit longer. And let's take the strap. Slowly we rise. Got another leg to go. Slowly we rise and let the blood pressure stabilize. You're gonna find the strap the same, approximately the same length. This one's super duper long. Very good quality, but you're gonna have to work with it. So we're gonna tip top our toes and go to the other side. Just make sure this knee's comfortable. There's a little bit of opening happening, lots of squeeze on your bum. So here's our warrior 2 and a big inhalation. Exhale, let's go for that sun warrior and just pull that strap down. Feels so good. The opening the front of your body. And let's go to the other direction. We'll carefully shift the hip to the other side. If you're sliding away, just to shorten the stand the knuckles, the strap to the other side of the room. And let's go for 3 more. Soften, breathe in. Your body powerful. Stretch, lengthening all the muscle fibers. Exhale, let's go to the other side. Now let's go for 2 more. And the very last one. And the last one here. Last direction. And we slowly come back to the center. Again, we're going to take that strap behind us. And this time, lace our fingers or make the strap slightly closer. And then lift the chest into the sky. And now if you are ready, going back to that fold. If you didn't like the forward fold last round, you can stay here for a big stretch, or we can start to fold again, going for another shoulder extension. Anywhere that might be slightly stuck, you can do a bit of a shoulder dance. Now very slowly, we're going to let go of the strap and let your hands rest back on the floor. Feel the blood return all the way to your hands from your shoulders and start to walk. Just choose a side, it doesn't matter. Just slowly walk to that side. And I'm going to free the leg back into down dog. With this powerful shoulder exercise, you should feel the side of your rib cage really warming up. And let's slowly take our way down onto our hands and knees. And keep your hip maybe just above your knees. And let your upper body melt down. You can cross your forearms. Let your forehead rest on your forearms. You can stretch your arms forward and just feel the space we have created. There's another option is to bring your hands into prayer. Elbows about the width of the shoulders. and forehead on the floor. Let your triceps and your armpits descend. Now slowly relax your hands, slowly walk back. You want to connect the knees together and untuck the toes. Maybe sit back, come to the heels, and let your belly round over your thighs. So if it's uncomfortable, gonna give it a try. Your hands might be supporting or slide back. So from here, your forehead is on the floor. Your arms are relaxed, very heavy. And you're gonna stay. So on the very next breath, maybe lift your head, roll to the top of your head. Feel the chin come to your chest. You feel the crown chakra at the very top of your head. This is a rabbit pose. Remember those rabbits? If you notice them, I can't stop noticing them. They look like little rocks. They look like that. And exhale, we sit back down. I'm going to go for a few more of this. I'm going to roll to the top of your head. And slowly we make it down to the forehead. And this feels nice. Stay. We can go a few more up and down. Be a good rabbit. Try camouflaging like a rock. And I'm going to go for maybe one more. And we stay here into our rock. Slowly we walk our hands back under the shoulders as we slowly rise up and let your blood pressure stabilize. We sit on the knees and then we'll come back. Now again, we're all gonna have messy hair, but that's okay. I'm gonna slowly let the blood pressure, everything sink back. And we're gonna come back and then just work out a little bit more hips. Tuck the toes, lift the knees back to our down dog. So let's take one leg up into the sky with a three-leg dog. Give your foot a bit of a circle in the air. Feels nice. This doesn't feel good. Always stay on the knee for that. It's okay. And then circle the foot the other way. And then bring that knee forward towards your chest and plant your foot between your hands. So from here, we're all going to come down to that back knee. Relax the foot. Sit back into a runner stretch. Reach your chest towards your toes. And we plant the front foot, bend the front knee, and on the very next breath, I'm gonna lift the back leg, lift the back knee, and I'm gonna turn the back toes toward outside the mat. Ground the heels of foot into about 45 degrees, and we slowly come up. You can come up on your knee. We can just scoop that hip forward and use some powerful leg strength. Reach all the way high into the sky. Now let's bend our elbows again. Let's come back into that warrior, the cactus arm. Lift your chest. And very next breath, we cross the arms in one way and give ourselves a hug. Try to keep your leg into that strong foundation. Maybe tuck the chin around your spine. And breathe in. Come back open. Now, anytime legs too uncomfortable, you can straighten the front leg. It doesn't bother you. Keep it bent. Back leg strong. And exhale. Cross. Hug. maybe a little bit of rounding. Let's go for one more and cross the elbows 2 more directions. Breathe in, open, breathe out, give yourself a hug. Keep alternating the crossing of the elbows. Go for one more. Open and hug. Now last one, we open the arm with the bent leg. Go under the other arm, go over. We take a bind into eagle. Eagle doesn't work, hug will work. Lift your elbow or your fingertips up, gazing to the sky. Exhale, bring your elbows in and shift your weight to your front leg a little bit more. Open your forearms if your body lets you. Let your upper body fold. Tuck your chin. Very next breath. Relax your hands on either side of the front leg. You might stay. You might slowly pull that hip back. Straighten the front leg a little bit. Maybe more. Maybe more. Feel free to give your hip a little bit of rock. Please go there slowly so your body has enough time to tell you the feedback. So as long as you feel the stretch of this leg, you're doing all right. And carefully we bend the front leg, place your hands on the floor, lift the back heel, and adjust the back leg and slowly release that front leg back, maybe to a 3-leg dog, maybe to a down dog. And slowly we make our way back to down dog. Let's go to the other leg. Stretch it up high. Again, you can lower down to the knee to stretch the leg. Or on the toes, give your foot a bit of a circle in the air. Should be a little bit sweaty on the palms, so shouldn't be slippery too much. I'm gonna circle the foot the other way. And bring the knee to the chest. Ground the foot between our hips. Again, we're going to lower down the other leg. The foot on the floor, relaxed. And sit back into that runner stretch. Just to get that leg prepared for a little bit more powerful stretch. In the second part might not be ready. Just warming up, lengthening the back of the calf, the knee, the hamstrings, wherever the tightest part. Now bend that leg again. I'm going to tuck the back toes, lift the knee. I'm going to turn the toes out, ground the entire foot on the floor. Shoulder stance make it slightly easier. And we slowly scoop it up. You find that scooping feeling, squeeze, push the bum forward. You feel stretching here. Breathe in. And exhale. Let's go back to that cactus arm. Very next breath. We're going to give ourselves a hug. Let all the air out, everything, tension, breathing open. All the negative feelings, exhale, let it out. And I'm going to go back, breathing. So we just keep alternating the crossing of our elbows. And breathe. And exhale. Time for 2 more. Noticing every time we'll go to the same position, there's more and more space. Now let's open this last one. The other arm with the front leg go under, the other arm go over, and eagle or a very tight hug. Breathe in, lift it up. Feel lots all over your shoulders right now. Should be that sensation. Shoulders go back and down. The very next breath, bring the elbows in, forearms away from the body, weight to that front leg, and start to come down to the place your body lets you. Fingertips might be toward the floor. Your front knees directly underneath the over the ankle, so the stacking of the joints help create the bone density. Anytime you need to already, bind the arms, place your hands on either side of the front leg. Now, very carefully, take your time. We send the other hip back. Slowly straighten the front leg. We should feel complicated feeling around the other leg. Now slowly bring both hands inside of the legs, bend the front leg, lift the back heel, roll on the ball of the back foot, then send the front leg back, down dog or three-leg dog. And let's come back to our down dog. Just recenter, notice the space the body created, and take your time and slowly make our way down to our hands and knees. And let's return to cat and cow. Going forward more back and forth. And we find our neutral spine. Let's go to a quite deep twist. So I'm facing this way, so feel free to face the same way. You're facing, I'll turn around, all good. And then set one leg out to the side. I'm going to open. Now from here, feel free to give the wrist a circle. If you're working from the computer, you can make a fist and then just send the fingers out and find some power before we want to relax the finger. And this time we're going to strengthen the finger, let all the energy reach to the tip of the fingers, and a little bit of a circle. And I'm going back to that big open stretch. And exhale, we're going to thread the needle. So you should feel inner thigh here, reach to the opposite direction. And let's go for a few more of this. Breathe in. And breathe out to rotate your chest the other way. Let's go for two more. Very last one. And last one, feel free to let your shoulder ground. And the other hand might be ground as well. So really depending on how you feel. And some people can twist all the way, rest on the head on the floor. I like to rest on that forearm. So really depending on how you feel, you should feel your inner thigh, the back of your bottom shoulder. Now, very next inhalation. Slowly we come back. Slowly, let's find our both hands. Go and take that knee in. We're going to take the other knee out. Slowly we open. Do some finger exercise if you want to, or do a bit of a circle. I did a little bit of a intro workshop about the handstand, as you put a lot of weight onto the tiny, tiny wrists and fingers, and that's the exercise we're doing. But I think working in the office is equally stressful. So you're gonna do a bit of finger wrists movement here, and then whenever you're ready, I'm gonna go for a powerful open and exhale. We're going to thread the needle to the other side. And inhale, we open. Exhale. Again, we'll go for 2 more flows. One more. And I'm gonna stay, let the shoulder rest. Again, adjust until your body's ready to almost completely surrender to the gravity, and that's our goal. We're not trying to achieve something, but we're trying to be able to relax and surrender. So adjust as much as you need to. So very slowly, we're going to come back up and take your time and feel the blood flow going back to all the places being twisted. We're going to lie down and go to my favorite. We're going to go for a little bit more twist. We're really good for sleeping. Have the strap close by. You might or might not want to use it. So just don't need to get up and get them if you want them. You're going to bring the knees and give them a hug. And this time we're just going to go for a powerful rock all the way to one side, all the way to the other side. What happened when we are still excited or nervous or all kind of strong emotion? Naturally, we rock, we shake, we take deep breaths to relax the nervous system. It's part of self-help and relaxation. And roll to one side and we'll face each other. And let's come into that wonderful shoulder circle. The top hand, slide over the head. Draw a pretty rainbow over your head. Open. Bring your gaze to the back wall if that feels nice. Another wonderful twist, and this time more the lower part of the body. Exhale back. And inhale, open. And exhale, close. I'm going for 2. Very last one. And stay. Now from here, adjust your spine so it's super long. You should feel the top of your hip and your entire body rotating, no pinching. Lift the top leg a little bit. Flex the foot. We're doing a kick. Push your belly in as we kick that leg out straight and exhale back. Open, breathe, twist, and back bend to each breath. And that make more sense is if I inhale, I kick more energy, exhale, surrender, bend. Going for the very last one. So maybe you want to stay here. Maybe you like to wrap the strap around that foot. And we're going for that twist. Maybe you like to keep your back knees bent. Maybe you like to extend the bottom leg back and whatever feels just right. Make sure there's no pinching. The majority of the sensation should be happening around your waist and the outer hip. And the very next breath, we'll carefully bend the top leg and slowly bring everything back to the center. I'm going to make our way to the other side. Before we do that, we're going for that rock from side to side. And whenever you're ready, we'll move on to the other side. Feel free to turn to the other side. I'm probably going to turn around so I can see everybody. Don't worry about turning around. And we're going to stack the palms again. And I'm going to slide the other hand all over. Sorry, guys. You don't have to turn around. And I'm going to slowly slide back. Exhale. Inhale, we open. And exhale back. Now, once in a while, you might get self-adjustment, a little pop here and there. And shouldn't be painful. It's like when we go to the chiro, we do the adjustment. And the last one, I'm going to stay open. Now, again, make your spine super long, no pinching in front of the body, and lift to the front knee a little bit. If you want to do a kick, pull your belly in, feel more powerful sensation coming along your glutes, and bend. And we open, kick, exhale, surrender. Inhale, kick, exhale. Last one, again, you can stay in any position your body agree with. It could be very strong to start off. Give your body about 5 deep breaths. See if your body is ready to let go. And whenever you're ready, we slowly bend our both legs and bring everything back to the center. And this time you can continue to rock from side to side, or you can lean to wipe the knees from side to side, or you can just let your legs stretch out and be really, really heavy. See which option fits you the most. At the end of the day, maybe very yin. We let everything be quiet and still. Any chance the thoughts pop out, send the thoughts to your belly. There are no thoughts in the belly, only breath. Send them in to the belly. If it's helpful, we can place the hands on the belly. All we need to do is to feel the rising and falling of the belly. It's only breathing. The thoughts fade away. Very, very slowly, we're going to move our fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Maybe stretch the arms and legs away from each other. Send lots of oxygen into your body and lungs. And slowly we gather the knees in one and the other. Give them a hug, a tight hug, squeeze into your chest. If you like, you can rock again. You can do this all the time throughout the day. Now let's come all the way to one side, our favorite side, just to cuddle up a little bit longer. And slowly we rise whenever you're ready. If you're sitting, just find both sitting bones. And let's take one more complete inhalation to the bottom of the lungs. And exhale, we completely ground. Namaste, everyone.